My name is Madeline Baitinger. I'm in 6th grade. I'm 12 years old and I go to Tyson Middle School. I went to the store and got this cocktail dress, and then I decided that I wanted to make the little teardrop shapes and layer them to make the ruffles. And at first I started by sewing, and as I went up I decided that it was easier to hot glue to make this part. And then for the chain, I took little strips of paper and I folded them and hot glued it so that it would be like a little belt on the dress. This dress took me about 5 hours to make. I thought it was very fun to make the dress and enter it in the contest, and I will for sure enter next year. I'm Fura. I'm 18 and I'm a senior in high school. An original traditional wedding dress in mind, and you know, with the mini skirt and everything. And then once I started adding the colorful pans, it just kind of took on a life of its own, sort of. First, I started with the skirt. It's in 4 parts. I started with the skirt, which was just layers of newspaper. And then after I layered the newspaper, I started on the top before I did all the details. At the top, it was just strips of newspaper, and then just to like get the shape, and then I taped them all together. And then I sewed some ribbon along the edge just to smooth it out. And then I think after that I started, okay, that's when I put these ones on, the side pieces. Then there's the middle, and this is the most complicated part of it. First, I started out doing what I did for the top, was just strips of newspaper and tape. But then it wasn't really sturdy enough, so I looked up the flour and water paper mache recipe, and that's what's there now, flour and water, and computer paper. Oh, and then for the flowers, I cut open a soda can. I cut off the top and bottom, cut it open, washed it, traced circles, cut the circles out, cut out 6 petals, rounded each petal, bent the sides of each petal, and then bent the tip of each petal. And then I just layer different sizes on top of each other, and they're held together with string and glue. And all these scales are just the scraps from the flowers. All the beads and buttons I just found in my basement and just glued them on. And then in the back, I don't know, it's all laced up. The only money I spent on it was for a spool of ribbon. These were they're just scale shapes of computer paper, and then I hole punched all of them with a star hole puncher. It took me all 8 months. It was really fun to start something new
I've never tried something like this before, and it was really exciting.
I'm Sarah Hansen. I'm 16 years old and I go to Fond du Lac High School. I didn't really design it first. I just kind of put it together as I went, and it kind of turned out how it did. Well, first I used this lace t-shirt. It was a hand-me-down from my sister, and this is the back of it, and I cut off the sleeves, and then I cut out these paper squares from the book pages, and I dyed them with Kool-Aid previously, and then I sewed them on individually to the lace t-shirt, and then it created this skirt. And then I attached more dyed pages. I either sewed them or double-sided taped them together. And I pinned them together first to get the shape of it, and then I attached it. And then I made this origami bow that I just folded out of the paper. About 2 months, I would say.